Good afternoon and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we will be transforming Alita1 and Minerva from Transformers Legacy. They're mold mates, so they have the same exact transformation. And so what we're going to do today is something a little fun. I'm going to go ahead and transform Alita1 and explain it to you, and then we're going to try and figure out, just test how fast I can transform Minerva after, explaining to you Alita1. So, without further ado, one more thing. This is part two of a three-part series. I do a three-part series on every Transformer that I cover on this channel, except for the Core Class, Legend Scale, and Micromaster stuff. Those usually just get one-off videos, but for the bigger things, I like to take my time on the transformation and realize it's easier just to split that away. So we do a review on the robot mode, we do a review on the transformation, and we do a review on the vehicle mode. And another review on the vehicle mode if there's two vehicle modes. The transformation video will explain how to transform all modes, so that's generally just one video. But if you're ever curious why I have a V in front of the numbers on my more than meets the eyes, that stands for vehicle, and the R in front of the number stands for robot. That's how I determine which is which. And sometimes the vehicle can also be a B instead of a V. Then B stands for beast mode, and V stands for vehicle mode, and then C stands for city mode, and so on and so forth. I've come up with this entire little system. But Perspective N mentioned I should probably think about changing that to make it easier on my audience. And I'm trying to figure out, I don't want to just put a part 1, part 2, part 3, but then again, I may have to. So let me know in the comments what you think I should do about this. I'm coming up with this weird little problem, and how should I continue? Should I do parts? Putting it part 1, part 2, part 3. So the more than meets the eye robot video is part 1, like we just had yesterday with Alita1. And then the Blindformers will be part 2, and then the vehicle mode will be part 3 that we will have tomorrow. Or should I just keep doing it the way I'm doing it, which is robot mode, Blindformers, vehicle mode? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. I'd appreciate it if you did those. And hit that bell icon. I mean, I never hit the bell icon, but that's because I don't like notifications. But some people don't mind them. So if you don't mind notifications, hit the bell icon. I'd appreciate it. All right, let's get into how to transform Alita1 now that all that little stuff is taken care of. There is one negative to this transformation I'm going to talk about right out of the bat. And I'm just going to mention that. I have this thing about Transformers, and it's a little pet peeve of mine, and it's when the transformation's occurring, I want the head to disappear. I want, the chest to fold open and the head to fold into the chest, or the head to, split in half or something. I want the head to do something. That's important to me. And for this one, the head doesn't do anything. So just be aware of that. The head's just going to stay where the head's at. And so we have enough space. We're going to shove Minerva over here off to the side. Actually, we'll just go ahead and put it right here. Hey. There you go. All right, so let's begin. First off, what you want to do is make sure that the hands are lined up on the sides. And this is pretty simple stuff. You just want to feel around on the sides, and you want to find the siege port and make sure that the siege port is facing towards her back. I believe that's the right way to do it. And that's just about it with the hands. There's literally nothing going on with them. You can move the hand and twist it if you want, but that's not going to help the transformation. Now, we're going to come over here to the back of her, and we're going to peel up this back panel here. This is the front, this is her hood, so we're going to peel up the hood panel, and that's going to allow us to reach this other panel underneath it, which is the front windshield. And the front windshield and the hood, they're going to do some things during the transformation. That's pretty cool. But what we're doing right now is we're feeling around in here because we got to get a piece out from behind this. So there it is. So what we're doing here is you want to pick up her backpack or cloak. I love that it's kind of like a cloak, and feel underneath it, and you can find this little wing, the spoiler for the vehicle mode. You can feel that. It's got a little knob on it. Go ahead and pull that up all the way. There you go. Now that you've pulled that up all the way, it's going to be a little easier to get a few things done. It's just important to get the clearance right for all this stuff. Now that that's up out of the way, we can go ahead and close that down further. But we don't really want to do that just yet. We want to first, so what we're doing now is you're going to go push the windshield and the Weird Alita1 headpiece and the spoiler down on her back. But the hood part that's connected to her arms and these two spinny wheels actually going to move upwards. All right, so what you're doing here is it's on a bar hinge that's also connected to the windshield. So when you drag this thing forwards, it's going to pull the windshield and the spoiler area forwards as well. Now, this is a spot where you can make a decision. You can either make a decision of putting Alita1 with her face facing towards the ground all the time, or spinning her head around. Ah, man, that is a tough head joint. So you want to spin that around, and then you can set it where her face is facing towards the interior of her vehicle mode. I appreciate that more because I'm like, yeah, if you're a robot, you don't really want to be looking at a bunch of dirt and worrying about dirt and rocks jumping up and damaging your eyes. You don't want that. So you're going to do it that way. Now, this is a clearance issue part, but we can take care of it. So what we're doing here is oh, crap. What was that? Oh, that's her gun. Let me go ahead and remove these guns. They're getting in the way. Now with these wheels that are on either side of her body, they are also on bar hinges that allow them to change their way. So we're going to twist the wheel counterclockwise and twist the other one counterclockwise. And then that will give the wheels, they're going to stretch pretty far front. It's almost like you're looking at a Springer style vehicle with those wheels all the way in the front like that. But now the bar hinge will allow us to move these wheels backwards. And we're just going to move them backwards and slot them into place against the hood. And you can feel where they'll match in with the front grille of the vehicle mode. And it comes together very nicely. Very, very nicely indeed. And now that you've done that, these arms are moved around a bit. And now, you gotta remember, is there anything I forgot? Okay, that's the front. Now let's work on the back. And now the back, it's got a few little cool things to do. So first off, what we're going to do is, I don't think we actually rotate the legs. But so on the inside of the lower leg, you got that wheel, but on the inside of the lower leg, there's this little panel that you have to pull out. Go ahead and pull that out, and pull it out on the other side, and then we're going to go ahead and rotate these legs so that the, let's see, come on, there it goes, there it is. So now what we're going to do, we've rotated those panels out, right? And now we're going to go ahead and rotate it at the waist 180 degrees, and that will put these wheels on the ground, and it will look just like a really scraggly, terribly built vehicle. And that's because we need to lock everything in place now. We can do that with the legs. These legs are a fun little transformation piece. The side of the leg pops, like Perceptor's transformation, where the side of the knee popped out. I mean, it was great for doing those nice little shots, I bet, of having, say, having Starscream wield that crazy hammer and bashing it in the side of Perceptor's knee for cheating at gambling. Like, you be counting cards again, Perceptor. You're gonna get a hammer to the side of the knee. So let's go ahead and drag that the entire length of the vehicle mode, or the lower leg, is just going to drag upwards on that bar hinge so that the bottom of the thigh is going to sit inside just behind the foot. So we're just like squishing it down just in a unique way of pulling out the leg and moving it forwards and bringing it in. I think that's a fun little transformation part. Make sure that you have these little panels up all the way so they don't get in the way. And that little panel that you found on the inside of the legs. Now that that's done, okay. So inside these legs, we can feel that there is some connectivity points. There is a female peg hole, and there's a male peg. And this is one of those sliding pegs. So what you got to do is you got to put one leg underneath the other and slide it into place to lock it. That isn't a push to lock kind of peg. That's a slide the male into the female, and you'll have it perfect. Now that that's done, we're just going to go around here and we're going to line everything up. This is the part of the transformation where we're just about done with the major transformation steps, and now all we're doing is just lining things up and squishing it all down so it all fits together. And oh man, does it fit together when it does. Oh boy. So let's get that together. Come on. All right, come on. You may find some resistance here, but that resistance will go away quite quickly as long as you get... There's a little tab on the arm area that needs to go inside of the leg on top. So when you run your hand down, you'll come across the little rear view mirror, and then you'll come down to where the arm was. That's folded against the side and becomes the side of the vehicle there. And there would be a little tab sticking up. You want to make sure that little tab is actually underneath the leg panel, or the legs won't have enough stretchiness, or it won't be close enough to actually fold in to the spoiler, because those two panels that we unfolded from the inside of each leg, they actually have little parts to plug into either side of the spoiler, and that gives a lot of stability to this vehicle. And that's the part that really locks it down, is when you get those two pieces plugged into the spoiler, you've got a vehicle. Now, the final bit to this vehicle mode is a simple piece. So let's just make sure we got everything together. Now just go ahead and rotate each of the feet. You fold them on their axis to, the little ankle joint, and they just fold all the way to reveal these 4 siege ports. And that's so their little rocket car. There you go. That is how you transform Alita1 and Minerva, the transformations for them. Now, go ahead and get your stop. Well, let's go ahead and put these 2 pieces on here. So let's get their accessories plugged in. Now, there's not many places to plug in the accessories on this vehicle mode, sadly, but you can. There are 4 siege ports available on the sides of the vehicle, 2 on each side, and then there's 4 on the back for the little jets. So that is 8, and then of course the one in the middle where her headpiece fits is 9. That's 9. Now, where did I put Minerva? Minerva. There you are, Minerva. Right, Minerva. All right, cool. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to cheat a little bit. I'm just going to remove the accessories on the sides. Is that all the accessories? Where's your other accessory? Oh, you're holding it. Give me your shotgun. Okay, cool. All right. Start your stopwatches. Let's try this out. 1, 2, 3, begin. All right. Done. Time me. Thank you for watching today's Blindformers episode. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Please tune into my channel tomorrow, where we'll be going over the vehicle modes of these 2 amazing female Autobots, and be talking about the pros and cons of these vehicle modes. But there's not really that many cons. They're pretty good little vehicle modes. So tune in then. It should be a short video, but it should be an enjoyable one nonetheless. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye for now.